Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to News and Motion. But this time, it's a little different. This time, we got a young people takeover. You already know me as Isaiah Jones, media freelancer for News and Motion. But I got somebody special with me today. I think she's this way.
The Motion family. It's Lexi Williams, your high school ambassador and special reporter today for you guys with our youth takeover. Woo, woo, woo. You already know.
Yeah.
Just want to say a huge thank you from the both of us to Miss Gail for giving us this huge opportunity. And hello to all our platforms: YouTube, LinkedIn, Facebook. Good morning. Good morning. Hope your 4th of July weekend was absolutely wonderful as you are. So, good morning. Hi, Miss Tracy. Hello. Coming on in.
We also understand that some people may have some storms in their area, so if you aren't able to get in, that's okay. If you're tuning in by audio, keep your eyes on the road. And when you understand, driving in the rain is
Tough.
it's dangerous. It's a tough situation. So keep your eyes on the road. We also thank you for tuning in. Me and Lexi are excited for this because the young people get to talk about what's going on in the world. With that being said, we have a lot of news to get into. So, Lexi, you want to take it away?
Okay, so let's get started. Yesterday, y'all, July the 4th, the wonderful July the 4th weekend, there was unfortunately a mass shooting in Highland Parks, Illinois. The suspect's name is Robert E. Cremo III. There are 26 patients in total were taken to the hospital due to the shooting from ages 8 to 85 years old. Robert E. Cremo III was the suspect once again, and Michael Moore from Instagram, I quote, he says, a father was hiding with his daughter from the gunfire at the 4th of July parade this morning. He needed to go find the rest of his family. Not wanting to leave his daughter unprotected, he picked her up and put her in a dumpster. He later stated, this is who we are. This is what we've become. To save our children, they must be treated as garbage. It is absolutely terrible and horrifying that on Independence Day, the day that we're supposed to celebrate our freedom and independence as America, we have to claim it as a day for another mass shooting. Day after day, time after time, you see a shooting, somebody got shot, there's another mass shooting, week after week. It's unbelievable. And get this, in 4 days, 96 hours, there were 11 shootings from July 1st to the 4th. 3 alone in July 4th. Unbelievable. But there is one option. Instead of sitting here and waiting for something to be done, we can do something together. As Ms. Gail always says, go and vote. Be informed. Know your polls. Go and enroll yourself to vote. Volunteer. But with all that being said, back to Isaiah with your next story.
Wow. It's just crazy to think that in just 4 days, the first 4 days of July, we already have mass shootings. I'm pretty sure many of us already know that a law just got passed here in the state of Ohio. And I have this report from the Columbus Dispatch. It was reported by Sarai Uveski and Rachel Faudet. And it says, as Ohio restricts abortions, a 10-year-old girl travels to Indiana for procedure. And if you're wondering why a 10-year-old girl would travel from Ohio to Indiana for a procedure, it's because that 10-year-old girl got raped by a supposed family member. And it's crazy to think that, the Supreme Court overturned the Roe versus Wade situation, and now in, I believe, 26 states, abortions are basically illegal. So, I just pray for this country to think that it has control over someone's body. It's not right. And hopefully, that situation gets figured out. But, we need to stop thinking that we have control over everyone. It's just, this is supposed to be the land of the free, right? But it doesn't make any sense. So, Lex, you got another story for us?
Yeah. So your next story is your Texas educators using the term involuntary relocation when using the topic of slavery in schools. So your story about this, the Board of Education in Texas were reviewing curriculum standards for elementary, your pre-K kids to elementary, about grade 2. Um, the reasoning for these new words were based off of the critical race theory. And then, according to CNN, Aisha Davis, which is a current board member from the Texas Educational Board, I quote, I have a hard time seeing how it is acceptable to substitute the phrase slave trade for the phrase involuntary relocation. Davis later told the CNN they wanted to make sure to introduce slavery at a younger grade level, but they wanted to be sure that they were being intentionally careful with age appropriateness. We need to think of appropriate ways to discuss it that doesn't diminish what happened during the slave trade. At the end of the meeting, the board later rejected the proposal of the word, requesting for all of the words to be reworked. It's very, it's interesting to see that we have to change the truth for our youth. We don't, that's our future, honestly. Elementary kids, that's our future of America. We don't want, why would you want your kids living a lie in something that's not true? You want to teach them that the white man created America, but honestly, without slavery, a crucial part of making America what it is today, where would we be? So we are the future of this nation. We shouldn't have to live a lie in our head because it could harm the power of another race. So
You,
that
you you saying something right there. Like, I'm just gonna bounce off of that real quick. It's crazy that we tried to teach, the youth, the young kids, that or paint them a picture of a utopia when in reality we're living in a dystopia. Um, the world is not, it's not as perfect as we turn it out to be. We still have a lot of issues going on with society and nature. We still have global warming, and you're right. Your mom says the truth sometimes hurt, and the truth does hurt, but it's also necessary too. It's also necessary to be honest, especially when you're talking about the youth. When you're talking about elementary kids, middle school, even high schoolers. It's important to sit down and discuss real issues going on with your youth. And sometimes we don't want to hear it. We think we know everything, but in reality, we really don't. And it's also nice to have that connection because you're investing in the youth. You're
right.
building that foundation. You're helping a young person build their confidence. So
Yeah,
that's just had to get that off my
right.
chest.
That's as you should, right? That's it's real tough.
Yeah. I have a quick inside story dealing with a recent movie that got released. Minions: The Rise of Groot I said Groot breaks box office records. This is reported by CNN. And it states that the Minions: The Rise of Gru, Illumination's latest animated movie in the Despicable Me franchise, made an estimate of 125 million dollars in its first 4-day opening weekend, according to Universal. That gives the film the record for the biggest opening over the July 4th holiday weekend, overtaking Transformers: Dark of the Moon, which made 115 million back in 2011. So, just a little inside story about the latest movie to be released. If you haven't checked out Rise of Gru, I would recommend that you do. It's a fantastic movie and comes from a great franchise of Despicable Me. Something you could definitely watch with the kids and the family. Um, I want I want to see the new Minions movie. Don't judge me. Ain't nobody's judging. Ain't nobody judging Miss Latrice Jones. Nobody's judging. I also saw a couple other people come in here. We also have Miss Kim Edmondson, Miss Marion Jackson, Miss Patricia Lyles. Um, we have Miss Tanya Williams, Miss Tori Smith, Miss Dr. Antoinette. Um, just want to say thank you everyone for tuning in. We understand that some people may have some storms in your area. So if you lose connection with us, we understand. So I believe Lexi has one more story. So Lexi has one more story, and then I have a inspirational message for all of us that I stayed up thinking about it, so I feel like you're all gonna enjoy it. So Lexi.
Excited. Yes, and then your last story is a very deep and nothing new, but something that's coming common and that we can't allow to be common. It's Ohio police officers shot black man dozens of times, not just once, twice, but dozens. In Ohio, a black male, Jalen Walker, 25 years old, was shot by police during a chase. It was to believed he was shot at more than 90 rounds from these police officers. They take this from 60 to 80 wounds on Walker's body. 60 to 80 wounds on Walker's body. Just think from head to toe. It's gory, it's nasty, but 60 bullets in you. Unbelievable. The officers are currently in an administrative leave due to the investigation of this case. And the Ohio police officers stated Jalen Walker, I quote, was a deadly threat when they shot at him. An excuse sounds like to me a deadly threat. They believe there was one gunshot fired from his car during the chase, which gave them the reason to believe that he was armed and needed to be shot at when he was chased. I just question, what would this look like if he was a white man? What's the difference? Just because of my color, you have to shoot at me 90 times? How many more black men of all ages will it take for this justice system to realize these actions are unjust? Jalen Walker cannot just be another black man killed by police. If this is anything to us, it's another reason to go out and vote. Go out and protest, peacefully protest, and let your voice be heard. Don't let this become common, not just for our race, but for every race. Let equality rise up for this next generation. We got to do something. Back to Isaiah.
I know that was difficult to talk about, Lexi. And here in News and Motion, we talk about the difficult stuff. So I want to say thank you for your strength to talk about that. And this inspirational message is going to hit home. So the inspirational message for today, and like I said, I stayed up all night thinking about this. I went to God to, ask him what he needed me to talk to his people about. And the inspirational message is hope and pray. And we definitely need that in our world today. We need that in our society today. We need to pray, not just for ourselves, but pray over the youth, man. Pray over the fact that just a few months ago, there was a mass shooting in an elementary school. An elementary school. Kids who haven't even lived their lives yet, who haven't seen the peak of life yet, taken away like that. Also pray for the fact that we think we have control over the body of a woman, that we can dictate what she can and cannot do. I pray that the justice system would stop being so corrupt, and that we can live by the words of Martin Luther King, and where it doesn't matter about the color of our skin, but the context of our character. I pray that for Black and brown people, that we stop being looked at as a threat just based off our color. So that way we won't have to be shot 90 times like Jaden Walker. But I'm also hopeful. I'm hopeful that, yes, we can vote to make a change. Yes, we can protest peacefully to make a change. But I'm also hopeful that the youth and the young people see all of this, and that we don't cower in fear, but we rise from the ashes like a phoenix, and we make a change on the front line. And we do it with our head held high, and we do it with all the confidence and pride in the world. I pray that that society can accept those who choose to express themselves. Whether it's through pride or through protesting, and doesn't put a negative output on it. People like me, kids like me and Lexi, we're just the future. We probably have 30 more and beyond that, who just need the opportunity and the platform to make a change. And it's not just all about the youth. It's on all of us. Youth, middle age, elders, it's on all of us. We have to be united to make a change. We have to be united and not diverse. Yes, some of us have different colored skin, but we all bleed the same color of blood. So it doesn't make any sense why we keep having to talk about somebody dying. I understand death happens. It's a natural thing, but it should only happen by natural causes, not by the barrel of a gun, not by the blade of a knife, not because somebody's sick in the head and wants to travel a long distance just to kill somebody. We have different color skin, but we all bleed the same color of blood. So I'm hopeful that somebody sees this and they decide to make a change. But don't make a change because I said something. Make a change because you believe that this society, that this world, that this country, wherever you are, needs to have a change. And be passionate about that change too. Step up or step aside. Whew.
Yeah, that's it. I'm gonna hop off your back. Unity, we have to be united as a people. We can't ask for equality if we are not equal in our own body. As Black people, African American, it's it's difficult because we ask for everybody to respect us, but we don't respect ourselves sometimes in some cases. And I think it's a really beautiful thing what you said with hoping and praying, because we got to stay close to God to do all of this. We can't have our own opinion and want our own way all the time. it's a thing that takes the power of prayer. There's power in it, but we got to use it, not just when we want to, but when we need to, which is right now.
Yep.
But
And it's I just got something else. Like, this is a young people takeover, and to all the young people out there who are listening or watching this, I know a lot. I know it's a lot going on right now. I know some of us. I know some of y'all are in high school or just graduated high school, so you're still trying to figure out what you're gonna do next. Whether you're going to college or going into the workforce, or if you don't know what you're gonna do next, that's perfectly fine. But I want you to know that you know God never walks out on you. He will never walk out on you. He'll never leave your side, no matter how many times you try to push him away or try not to deal with him. God never walks out on you. And I'm not just talking to you. I'm talking to everybody right now. Everyone who's tuned in. And I'm a true witness to that. Because for those of you who know, my little brother Isaac, well, he's not really little. Dude's basically looking me eye to eye. Doctors say he never communicate. He'll never acknowledge, me as his brother. He'll never acknowledge my mom as his mother, that type of stuff. But every day, he communicates with me. We vibe to music together. Like, God can make the impossible possible. And no matter what you're going through right now, he's right there with you. And he's never going to leave your side. So when you find yourself waking up at 3 a.m, it's because God saw you restless in your sleep. It's because he knows what's on your mind and what's on your heart. And he's waiting with open arms for you to bear it all into him. So that way he can turn that negative and sow into you positivity. So this was an interesting edition of Young People Takeover.
sure was. No?
So we definitely are grateful to grateful and thankful for everyone who was able to tune in. I know some people have some storms in their areas. Thank you both for your powerful and insightful messages. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So, me and Lexi will be back here on Thursday. We will be back here on Thursday. But tomorrow, we have we will be back with Miss Gail Dudley, with a special edition of News in Motion. Were you saying something, Lexi?
Yeah, 1 second. Go ahead. You finish.
Okay. Jeffrey Allen James said y'all were amazing. Ken Emerson says love you young people. Listen, we appreciate all the love. We appreciate everyone for believing in us. Continue to believe in the young people. Invest in them. Set some time aside for them, and be sure to talk about the necessary truths, because you're building that foundation for the youth. So with that being said, that's it for News in Motion. I am Isaiah Jones. This is Lexi Williams. We will be back here on Thursday, but tomorrow we will have Gail Dudley.
I'm sorry before you wrap. I just gotta say thank you to Miss Gail. Shout out personally from the both of us. We are huge, huge fans. We're forever supporters, for lifers, like we like to say. And and one small little thing I forgot to add. Tomorrow is today is National Apple Turnover Day, National Graham Cracker Day, National Workaholic Day, and National Hawaii Day. So enjoy the soon to be good weather. And then tomorrow is National Hand Roll Day, and y'all, it's my anointing. National Fried Chicken Day. Oh, hallelujah. Fried chicken. I'm gonna catch my anointing. Woo!
And it's on a Wednesday too. Ooh, yeah, I know.
Wednesday, the middle of the week, right when you need it. He may not be there on them, but he's always what? On time. That is where see what do that?
I saw you. I saw you.
Yeah, Well, we love y'all so much, News and Motion family. Shouts out to Miss Deadly once again. We love you so much. All right, I'm gonna have some fried chicken tomorrow, so don't call me, text me, or nothing. No communication. Sorry, I'll be shut out.
Listen, I understand. You get you a wing, you know, a nice little thigh. Listen, you'll be all right now. A little bit of hot sauce on the side too.
Just a little, not too much.
Felt that in my spirit.
Yes, absolutely. All right, I love you guys so much.
Yeah. We will see everyone back here tomorrow with Miss Gail Deli for a special edition of News in Motion. And then on Thursday, me and Lexi will be back with more news, with more energy, with more everything. So we just want to say thank you again. Enjoy your day. Be careful with the rain out there. And stay blessed, y'all. We out.